The time is the late Oligocene. The world is drying out. The lush tropical canopies of the past are retreating, surrendering to a harsh golden ocean of scrub and dry grass. It is a time of endings. The old killers, the titans who ruled the warm earth for millions of years, are being phased out. They are becoming ghosts before they are even dead. But one ghost still refuses to fade. See him there, moving through the heat haze like a walking landslide. He is the Iron King. He is a Hyaenodon, the last of the Creodonts. He does not look like a wolf, and he does not move like a cat. He is something older, something stranger. He is a biological machine built for a single purpose: industrial-grade destruction. His head is massive, disproportionately large for his body, a heavy hammer of bone and muscle. His fur is the color of rusted iron and dried clay. A camouflage designed for a world that is burning under the sun. He is not hungry, he is starving. The dry season has been long, and the king is old. His ribs press against his flank like the bands of a starving barrel. But look at his eyes. There is no desperation there, only the cold, mechanical calculation of an artillery officer. Down in the valley, a herd of Creodont oreodonts grazes on the tough scrub. They are the sheep pigs of this era, squat, abundant, and anxious. They snort, kicking up puffs of dust, unaware that a relic of the past is watching them. The king does not stalk with the grace of a feline. He does not need to. He is an engine of stamina. But today, he chooses the ambush. He lowers that massive head, blending perfectly with the sandstone boulders. He waits. A young oreodont strays too far from the safety of the herd. It is looking for a softer patch of root. It finds only a shadow that suddenly detaches itself from the rocks. The attack is not a sprint. It is an explosion of torque. The king launches. He covers the ground in 3 heavy, thundering bounds. The oreodont looks up, eyes wide with terror, but it is too late to run. It freezes. The impact is distinct. It is not the slashing of claws. It is the sound of a vault door slamming shut. The king's jaw, a weapon longer than a human arm, engulfs the prey's neck. This is the bone-crushing power we speak of, but that is a clumsy word. This animal does not just crush. His back teeth, the carnassials, are self-sharpening shears. They work like a pair of industrial scissors. As the jaws close, they slide past each other with terrifying precision. The sound is dry and loud, like a tree branch snapping in a storm. There is no struggle. There is no mess. Just a sudden wet mist of spit and dust as the prey hits the ground. The neck is severed instantly. The king stands over the body, his chest heaving like a bellows. He dominates the frame. He is a mountain of violence in a sea of silence. He begins to feed, his powerful neck muscles yanking at the tough hide. But then he stops. Watch closely. He lifts his head, a dark smear on his muzzle. He is not looking at the herd scattering in the distance. He is looking at the sky. The wind has shifted. It brings a message that makes no sense in this scorching heat. It smells wet. It is the scent of fresh mud, of churned earth and cold water. But the sky above is a brutal, cloudless blue. The king flares his nostrils, processing this data. Somewhere miles away, up in the high country, the sky has opened up. But here there is only the dust. He growls a low rumble that vibrates in his chest, uneasy. He does not understand the warning, but he respects it. He grips the carcass, weighing nearly as much as a man, and begins to drag it. He must get to high ground. He must get to the den. The journey back to the den is a gauntlet. The Badlands are a maze of twisted ravines and erosion-carved pillars, casting long, sharp shadows. The king drags his prize. The dead weight of the Creodont, leaving a wide, heavy drag mark in the dust. It is a beacon. In this starving world, a trail like this is an invitation to war. The atmosphere shifts. We enter the realm of the thriller. The ambient noise of the prehistoric scrub, the chirping of crickets. The buzzing of ancient flies begins to fade. The silence is heavy, pressing against the eardrums. It is the quiet of a room where someone is holding their breath. The king feels it before we see it. The hair along his spine, coarse and stiff, rises like hackles. He stops dragging. He stands perfectly still, rotating his ears, those large, bat-like ears, independently. He is scanning the audio spectrum. Something is moving in the tall bunch grass to his left. It is not a sound of footsteps. It is the sound of grass blades parting too smoothly. A ghost is tracking him. Emerging from the gold and green pattern of the vegetation is a nightmare of the Oligocene. It is a nimravid, a false saber-tooth. Let us call it the shadow cat. It is smaller than the king, lower to the ground, but it is built for murder. Its eyes are vertical slits of yellow ice. From its upper jaw protrude two curved daggers, sabers that extend past its lower lip. The shadow cat does not roar. It flows. It steps into the clearing, blocking the king's path. It eyes the dead Creodont. It is calculating the risk. Can it steal this meal? The king drops the carcass. He does not retreat. He steps forward, placing his body between the thief and the food. He opens his mouth. He does not just bare his teeth, he exposes the entire architecture of his skull. The gape is impossible wide enough to fit a human head inside. He emits a sound that is not a roar, but a subsonic vibration. A frequency so low it rattles the stones at their feet. I am the Iron King, and I am not done eating. The shadow cat hesitates. It flattens its ears. In a normal world, this would be a fight to the death. But the cat is distracted. It looks past the king towards the horizon. Its yellow eyes widen slightly. It twitches its whiskers, sensing the same anomaly the king smelled earlier. The air pressure is dropping rapidly. The static electricity in the air is making its fur stand up. There is a distant sound. Thrum. Thrum. Like war drums played in a valley miles away. But the sky here is still clear. The shadow cat makes a choice. The instinct to survive the coming storm overrides the hunger. It snarls a flash of white daggers, and then melts back into the grass, vanishing as if it were never there. It does not run from the king. It runs from what is coming behind him. The king watches the grass settle. He is the victor, but he feels no triumph. The unease is growing. He grabs the Oreodont again, his movements urgent now. He is an old soldier, and he knows that when the birds stop singing and the rivals stop fighting, something terrible is approaching. He moves faster, hauling the meat up the rocky slope, towards the twisted roots of an ancient tree where his future is waiting. The sun begins to dip, casting the Badlands in a bruised purple light. The heat does not break, it only becomes heavier, suffocating. The storm is invisible, but its weight is already crushing the world. The king reaches the sanctuary. It is a hollow carved beneath the roots of a petrified sycamore tree. A fortress of stone and wood, situated on a high rise overlooking the valley. He drops the Oreodont carcass with a heavy thud. He is exhausted. The hunt, the heat, and the standoff have drained his battery. He collapses onto his stomach, the dust settling around his flanks. From the darkness of the cave mouth, a pair of eyes blinks. A small stumbling shape emerges. It is the pup. He is the last of the litter, a fragile echo of his father. His fur is fuzzy, his paws too big for his body, his movements clumsy. He smells the meat, but he goes to the father first. He nuzzles the king's scarred muzzle, whining softly. The king allows this moment. He exhales a long, dusty sigh. He nudges the pup gently toward the food. This is the heart of the machine. He does not kill for sport. He kills to fuel the next generation. As the pup tears at the softest parts of the kill, the king rests his chin on his paws, watching. He is a guardian gargoyle, ancient and immovable. But the piece is an illusion. The air pressure drops further. The sky to the north is now a wall of bruising purple and black. The sound is clearer now, the war drums of the storm. The pup stops eating. He is young. He has never heard a sound like this. Curiosity overrides instinct. He leaves the safety of the carcass and totters toward the edge of the ledge. Ears perked, looking down into the darkening valley. He is exposed. He is silhouetted against the dying light. The king reacts instantly. He does not bark. He surges up a sudden wall of muscle. He cuts off the pup's path. He lowers his massive head and snaps a warning bite inches from the pup's face. It is not gentle. It is a violent correction. He shoves the pup backward with his snout, hard enough to make the little one stumble and yelp. Get back. The dark is safe. The light is death. The pup scampers back into the shadows of the cave, chastised. The king turns back to the valley, his hackles rising. He feels it through the pads of his feet before he hears it. A single pebble dislodges from the cliff face above the cave. It bounces down the rock, clack, 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 and rolls to a stop near the king's paw. The ground is vibrating. It is a low-frequency hum deep in the bedrock. It feels as if the earth itself has a fever. The king sniffs the wind. The smell of mud is stronger now, mixing with a new scent. A scent that makes the hair on his neck stand straight up. The smell of fresh kill is a dangerous broadcast. It travels miles on the wind. And in this dying epoch, it attracts more than just scavengers. It summons the replacement. Down in the brush where the shadow cat had vanished, we see a brief movement. The Nimravid is still there watching. But suddenly its eyes widen in genuine panic. It does not look at the king. It looks at the ridge to the east. The shadow cat turns and bolts, abandoning all stealth, running for its life. It knows what is coming. The king stands at the entrance of his cave, blocking the pup. He looks to the ridge. Silhouetted against the bruised sky, a titan appears. It is an Amphicyonid, a bear dog. If the Hyaenodon is a precision instrument, this creature is a sledgehammer. It is the avatar of the Miocene, the era to come. It does not need to be a giant to be terrifying. It is heavier, broader, and denser than the king. It is built to grapple and crush. The bear dog lumbers down the slope. It does not sneak. It crashes through the brush, snapping branches, indifferent to the noise. It knows it is the shape of the future. It smells the Creodont carcass. It intends to take it. And if the old tenant is in the way, it will take him too. The visual contrast is striking. The king is long-legged, sleek, a creature of bone-shearing jaws. The bear dog is a tank. It is the difference between a saber and a warhammer. The intruder reaches the plateau. It stops 20 yards away. It lets out a roar that is not a scream, but a bark so deep it can be felt in the chest cavity. It is a challenge of ownership. Your time is over, old man. The king does not flinch. He is outmatched in weight. He is outmatched in age. His teeth are worn. But he has something the invader does not. He is fighting for the survival of his bloodline. He plants his feet firmly on the rock. He opens his jaws to their full, terrifying extent, flashing the biological scissors that have ruled the world for 10 million years. He draws a line in the dust with his presence. He will not run. To run is to leave the pup to be eaten. The wind dies completely. The birds are gone. The insects are silent. The only sound is the heavy breathing of two monsters and the distant rhythmic pounding of the approaching floodwater, getting louder by the second. The fuse is lit. The standoff breaks. It breaks not with a scream, but with an avalanche of motion. The bear dog charges. It does not leap. It simply accelerates like a runaway train, lowering its head to use its skull as a battering ram. The Iron King knows he cannot stop this mass. Physics is against him. Just before impact, he pivots. He sidesteps the charge, his jaws snapping shut on the bear dog's flank. The sound of teeth meeting thick hide and muscle is sickeningly loud. But the bear dog is built for punishment. It roars, spinning with terrifying speed for its size, and swings a massive paw. The blow connects with the king's shoulder. It is a heavy, concussive impact, sending a wet mist of saliva and dust into the air. The king is knocked sideways, his claws scrabbling for purchase on the sandstone. He does not fall. He recovers instantly, placing himself back between the monster and the cave. He is the goalkeeper of his genetic line. The fight descends into a brutal rhythm of attrition. The king is breathing in ragged gasps. He is not trying to kill the giant anymore. He is buying time. Every second he holds the line is a second the pup remains alive. The bear dog is frustrated. It is used to prey that runs. It lunges again, this time closing the distance. It uses its weight to pin the king against the rock wall. The two predators lock jaws, a horrific intimacy of teeth and growls. The bear dog pushes its superior weight, crushing the king's ribs. The king's eyes roll back, but he refuses to let go. He thrashes using his legs to rake the giant's belly, forcing it to release him. The king stumbles back, panting hard. He is slowing down. The bear dog shakes its head, scattering a dark spray. It steps forward, confident now. It prepares for the final kill, but the kill never comes. Suddenly the world holds its breath. The wind dies completely. The dust hangs suspended in the air. The bear dog stops mid-growl, its ears twitching. The king lowers his head. For 3 seconds there is no sound on Earth. Even the insects have ceased to exist. It is the vacuum before the hammer fall. Then, the mountain roars. It is not a sound from the sky. It is the sound of the valley floor disintegrating. From the canyon bend upstream, a wall of water mud and uprooted trees explodes into view. It is 30 feet high. A brown liquid locomotive moving at highway speeds. The flash flood. The Titan has arrived. The bear dog looks up, eyes widening in primal shock. It forgets the king. It forgets the hunger. It turns and scrambles frantically up the adjacent ridge, claws tearing at the stone. The king does not have that luxury. He is too low, too close to the impact zone. He looks back at the cave one last time. The impact shakes the camera. The brown wall swallows the plateau. The king is lifted off his feet instantly. A rag doll in a washing machine of boulders and timber. He vanishes into the churning soup. The bear dog, heavy and strong, manages to hook its claws into the trunk of a sturdy pine tree high on the slope. It hangs there, drenched, shivering, watching the world drown below. It has won the fight, but lost the war. It pulls itself up and limps away into the rain, leaving the valley to the water. The flood rages for hours, scrubbing the Badlands clean. Cut to the aftermath. The water level begins to recede, leaving a thick layer of slick mud. The cave entrance is submerged, but not all of it. High on the ledge there is a small depression in the stone, shielded by the twisted iron-hard roots of the ancient sycamore tree. It forms a natural cage, a bowl of safety. Inside this pocket, shivering wet but alive, is the pup. The water licked his paws, but the roots held him firm. He whines a high-pitched sound that echoes off the wet rocks. He looks at the river of mud where his father stood. There is no answer. The Iron King is gone, swept down river to become part of the geology. The pup steps out of the root cage. He shakes the water from his small coat. He is alone in a new, wet world. He turns and begins to climb the rocks, clumsy but determined. A museum display case. Spotlights hit a fossil skull. It is the brutal geometry of a Hyaenodon. The iron jaws of a vanished dynasty. The king is dead, but the bloodline survived.